Welcome back, everyone. Okay, let's dive right into this. Today, we are unpacking the ultimate cosmic family tree. We're looking at these incredible ancient blueprints pulled directly from foundational texts that map out the intricate origins of gods, monsters, and, well, literally everything in between. It's a story of truly epic scale, and we're going to break the whole shebang down together. To keep us perfectly on track, here's our roadmap for the explainer. We'll be hitting the divine mission, the cosmic family tree, mothers of the universe, gods, demons, and beasts. And finally, we'll wrap up with the power of the tale. So, starting us off, Section 1, the divine mission. You know, this story doesn't actually begin here on Earth. It kicks off with a secret consultation at the very highest levels of the cosmos, all sparked by this desperate plea for knowledge. We have the ancient king Janamejaya asking the sage Vaisampayana, and I quote, "I desire to hear from the beginning of the births of the gods, the Danavas. It behooveth you to tell me about the births of all creatures." Right? He didn't just want a tiny slice of history, he wanted the definitive, top-to-bottom record of existence. Which brings us to the real epic stakes of today's explainer. How exactly did the universe populate its ranks of gods and monsters? I mean, it wasn't random, and it absolutely wasn't peaceful. It was actually born out of a highly structured, deliberate cosmic strategy.
The absolute crucial point here is that the world desperately needed a rescue mission. So Indra and Narayana held a consultation to send the gods down from heaven. These celestial dwellers actually incarnated on Earth specifically to destroy demonic forces, like the Asuras, and save the three worlds. But here's the truly fascinating part. They arrived as infants. But okay, these weren't your ordinary, everyday babies. They were immensely strong, literally invulnerable to attack by man-eaters and monsters like the Danavas and Rakshasas. I mean, even in their infancy, they were entirely invincible. Talk about a powerhouse entrance.
Moving right along to Section 2, the cosmic family tree.
Now, to really understand this cosmic conflict, we've got to trace the bloodline from the absolute pinnacle of creation, flowing downward step by step. It all starts at the very top with Brahman, the self-create. From him, we get his 6 spiritual sons, which includes a really key figure named Marichi. And then from Marichi comes Kasyapa. Listen, Kasyapa is the absolute vital link here. He literally becomes the father of all creatures. The entire population of the universe, it stems directly from him. Which leads us perfectly into Section 3, Mothers of the Universe. Obviously, Kasyapa couldn't just populate all of existence by himself. 13, that is the magic number for us here. 13 daughters of a figure named Daksha, all described as being of great good fortune, were wed to Kasyapa. These 13 mothers, including heavy hitters like Aditi, Diti, Danu, and 10 others, are the ones completely responsible for generating the countless, gifted energies of the cosmos. Now, what's really interesting about this is how neatly this single family tree maps out entirely different cosmic species. It's wild. You have Aditi, who gives birth to the 12 Adityas. These are the lords of the universe. Then there's Muni, mother to the Devas and Gandharvas, those incredible celestial beings. Drop down a bit to Kadru, and she actually gives birth to the legendary snakes, like Sesha and Vasuki. And Vinata, she's the mother of magnificent birds and beings like Garuda. So 13 mothers gave us 13 vastly different, totally awe-inspiring branches of life. Let's get into the specifics in Section 4, Gods, Demons, and Beasts. So with those family lines drawn, we arrive at the actual cast of characters. And this is where the family dynamic gets, well, incredibly intense. On one side of the tree, you have Aditi's offspring, the lords of the universe. But on the exact opposite side, you've got the offspring of Diti and Danu, the Asuras and Danavas, widely known as the oppressors. So one branch becomes the ultimate protectors, while their half-brothers become their mortal enemies. Guys, they are literally cousins locked in the ultimate, eternal, dysfunctional family feud for control of the three worlds. Let's break down the protectors first. The Adityas are those 12 lords of the universe, and this includes massive cosmic forces like Dhatri, Mitra, and Varuna. But you really need to note this crucial detail from the source text. The youngest of the 12 is Vishnu. And despite being the baby of the family, he is explicitly stated to be superior to absolutely everyone else in merit. It just goes to show, when it comes to the divine, merit vastly outranks birth order every single time. But against those 12 lords,
the opposition had some truly staggering numbers. 40. Danu alone had 40 formidable sons. To put that into perspective, this represents just an overwhelming, massive demonic force in this cosmic war, led by infamous figures like Viprachitti.
And listen, it wasn't just about their numbers, it was about their terrifying nature. The text outlines some very specific, really fearsome traits for these darker factions. For example, Kumara's progeny, they're described as crooked and wicked persecutors. The sons of Kala were smiters of foes, literally compared to being like Yama himself, the god of death. Then you have Sinhika, who gave birth to Rahu, famously known as the demonic persecutor of the sun and the moon. And Sukra's sons, they were these fierce priests whose hearts were actively set on conquering Brahman's high regions. They weren't just ambitious, they were incredibly lethal.
But hey, the family tree isn't just this simple binary of gods and warmongers. The remaining wives birthed beautifully diverse entities that populated the rest of existence. Pradha's children included the sacred Apsaras and the absolute best of the celestial musicians, the Gandharvas. Kapala's lineage brought forth Brahmanas, sacred cows, and even more Apsaras. Danayu birthed 4 absolute bulls among the Asuras, including the mighty Vritra. Honestly, the sheer variety of life stemming from just this single generation, it's completely staggering.
And that brings us to our final section, Section 5, the power of the tale. So you might be wondering, why did the ancient sages meticulously record all these super specific names? And more importantly, why does hearing this list actually matter to you right now? Well, the source text makes a very direct, explicit promise to the listener. Quote, "This account, if read, extendeth the span of life, is sacred, worthy of all praise, and giveth pleasure to the ear." You see, this isn't just some dusty historical ledger. The text itself is considered a sacred, living tool.
By simply engaging with this explainer today, just hearing this cosmic account and absorbing it in a proper frame of mind, the ancient text promises some very real, tangible rewards. It's said to grant the listener large progeny, good fortune, fame, and excellent worlds hereafter. Basically, the spiritual payoff for just understanding the foundations of your cosmic genealogy is immensely powerful. It's a real win-win. Which leaves us with this final, kind of provocative thought to ponder. How might knowing our cosmic origins change our perspective on the world today? When we really grasp that the forces of ultimate creation, magnificent preservation, and yes, even intense conflict are all just branches of one massive, interconnected family tree, well, it fundamentally changes how we see our own place in the universe, doesn't it? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep wondering, keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.